Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we'll discuss about a very important topic that could be the interview process. They will ask you this question: that what is called a query folding. Okay. So first of all, first thing is first. Let me put my notepad here so that I can put some notes for this. So the query folding always comes into picture when you are connecting to a relational database or some OData or something like that, etc. It will never work, it will never into existence in case of files like Excel, comma, CSV. This first point. What is query folding exactly? So query folding is something like the Power Query translates the transformations into the language of data source system. Okay, so what does it mean? Suppose you are connecting to a SQL server, right? So the SQL server understand the SQL, the language, right? Excel extract from all these things. So, but when you are doing some transformation inside the Power Query, then what are the transformation is there? It will convert and send back to the database system so that the performance will be increased. Why? Because the Power Query will not do all the works and it will send back to the data source system, and there it will perform the transformation with the native query and it will come back to your system. So here it is like it is one of the important feature to improve your performance when you have a set of data. Okay, but one thing we need to observe here is that this native query will start not, or it will be not supporting for few things. Like suppose you have a transformation called pivoting. Suppose you are doing a pivoting transformation. Okay. Second, suppose you are doing some indexing transformation, index, right? Third is suppose you have some complex custom function, right? So if you are having any transformation related to these three examples, then your native query will stop. It will not work because it will not have the flexibility. The Power Query will transfer this information to a native query so that all the performance will be under the Power Query. Let me show you all these things and where you can see your native query, all these things, right? Let's see. So I have connected to a sales order table from my SQL Server database. If you see my source here, so this is nothing but a SQL Server, and there is a local host, and I've connected this one. Now, when connected that, there are two steps: source and navigation. Now, on the navigation steps, if you right click on this, you will get an option called View Native Query. This is called the query folding. So, whenever there is a query folding is happening, then this option will be active. Okay, this option will be active. So just click on this and you will see a complete select statement only, just like a normal database when you are querying it, right? So this is going to the database, hit the database and get the data transformation wise. Now let me do some transformation here. So let's see whether it is breaking or not, right? So let me go to the home tab. Okay, then I will choose some column here. Choose some columns. So I will select few columns only. Order, zip date. Let's take the sales, quantity, country, city. These are the five columns I'm selecting. So I'm doing a transformation. So now remove other columns. Now right click on this. Still this transformation is not breaking your query folding. Still I'm getting the native query for this. You see, it is saying there select order date, zip date, country, city, sales quantity from my table. Okay, it's a pure select statement. Now let's try to do one more filter here. So let's take on the city, I want to put a filter. So let's for a filter on this two city. I'm doing a filter, one more transformation I did it. But let's see, still there is no breakage of your query folding, unity query. Still it is doing the query folding only, right? It is creating the SQL and it is going on. Now let's try to break one. So as I told you that one of the scenario that pivoting, index, complex custom functions and all these things. Let's try to add an index column here. Add index column. Let's take from the one. So it is creating a index now. Okay. Now just right click on this. See, now the view native query is grayed out. It means that now from here onwards, and one more thing, just remember, suppose you have a view native query, just break it, right? After that, any transformation, if you do it right, that will be break only, because one step, if the native query, the query folding breaks, from the next step, whatever the transformation you did it will never activate only. Okay, so that's the way it is. So what we will do here, so the two things, first of all, what is query fueling? Understand, when there is a huge stress of data, just try to avoid the transformation which can block your native query as much as possible. And this is only because, like, whenever you have a huge set of data and it is like it is performing very bad in the Power Query itself, the transformation, then only you can do this query folding. Otherwise, by default, it will be the query folding, but few steps it will be break it, right? So hope you like this video, and from now onwards, I think you can insert what is query folding, where it can break, and how it works, and how to see the query folding, right? Okay, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to this channel for more interesting content like this, and thank you and have a nice day.